Hi there, welcome back to the Quinta. For those of you who don't know us, my name is Justin and this is Barbara, and you join us here in central Portugal on our Portuguese farm called Quinta Barenta.
In 2023, we came to Portugal in February on a bit of a scouting mission looking for properties with the potential to start a new life here. Today, we're going to show you our first year and all the things we achieved. And then next week, we're going to show you year two. We in the UK had a typical townhouse with probably 100 square
100
metre
square metre
garden.
garden, yeah.
And we are now on a rural property with 12,000 square metres. So bit of an upgrade, big learning curve, but I hope you enjoy this video. You can see how we got on. This property really stood out from all the others we'd viewed on paper. So arrangements were made and we viewed it on the very last day of our scouting mission here in Portugal. When we came, we took numerous pictures and it had everything we could possibly want. It was just outside the village. The views were spectacular from everywhere on the farm, and we also had electricity going to the house, which was a big bonus. And there was also rumours that there was a working bathroom in there somewhere, and everything was just a big positive. And we were really both quite excited. The agent at the time was quite, well, all I can say was pushing for an answer if we were interested. So at the time, we just said to them we needed to go away and think about it, but in our hearts we really knew that this was the property for us, but we didn't want to tell them straight away. We then again returned in March. We needed to sign some paperwork to get the process going, and was pleased on the visit to the farm that the previous owner had actually got someone to come and plough the terraces. So that was really nice to see. However, on our return in July, the property now ours, we weren't quite prepared for what we found. How everything had become so overgrown now that no one was looking after it. Reality had now kicked in, and we knew things would have grown, but nothing quite prepared us for this. We were so shocked, and then realised our week's visit was going to be hard work, as we really needed to clear some of this land, especially around the house. We were into fire season here, which was something new that we hadn't really heard of. So we needed to get some tools and start clearing the best we could. And we also didn't get any keys when we bought the property. Somewhere the keys had been lost along the line, we don't know where. So the next big challenge, Justin was going to have to break in. So with the new tools, hammer, chisel and a few other bits, the break-in happened because we'd never seen in the property. And to be honest with you, I was a little bit disappointed. I was hoping there was going to be stuff in there, stuff to rummage through and have a look, but there was nothing. So it probably is a plus because then we didn't have to clear a lot of things out. The whole house was just completely empty. Luckily on the visit, we managed to get in contact with a local farmer who was kind enough to come and plough all the terraces for us. So our week now over, and the best we could do on the land in the time that we were here and with the resources that we had, it was now time to return to the UK and to put our house on the market. So now that our modest 3-bedroom house is sold, we upgraded to a 1-bedroom caravan. This will be our new home while we restore and rebuild the house and the farm. In November, we pack up the car and we pack up the caravan and we start our long journey down to Portugal. It took us 5 days, the reason being we had our elderly dog Guinness with us and thought this was the best way to bring him down. So we done a few hours driving every day, and then it meant he had a rest. Because he was elderly, we didn't want him to be sat in the back of the car for too long. As you can see from the weather, it was awful. Most of France, it rained heavily, and also a little bit in Spain. But once we got to Portugal, the sun was shining. We even got to meet some of the new wildlife while we were collecting our water. I have to say that was quite an experience to see. Next, we bought a well-needed mini tractor. At the time, Justin's favourite toy. This was certainly going to help us with all the different tasks and clearing that we needed to do on the land, so it was a much needed purchase. We start to clear more of the land, and we also make the agricultural well safe because we have a dog and we really don't want him to fall down it, or any other animals for that matter. In February, the rains come and our track was starting to get a little bit slippery. We were fortunate enough to have a 4-wheel drive, but even with that, it was not good. So next thing on the list, we need a big gravel delivery so we can get some traction on that track so we can leave the farm. In March, we needed to have the olive trees pruned. So again, we approached people in the village and two very kind gentlemen came down, and as the trees have been left for many years, let's just say they gave them quite a haircut, but it was well needed and it made such a difference on the farm. Next, we needed to build a couple of decks, so we went and got some pallets. So one deck was for our bell tent to go on when we had visitors, and a much needed swimming pool, because we didn't realise at this point how hot the summer was going to get. And a well needed deck in the awning, just really to make life a little bit more comfortable for us while we get on with other tasks around the farm. The most exciting of all the things that happened in the first year though was getting water to the house. So we knew we had a water mine on the property, so we managed to get somebody in, they helped clear it all, and we got well rings put in. This was a real upgrade for us. It was a complete life changer. No more going down to the local fountain to get water. We had water now to the house, which meant then we could have a shower installed into the house and a water heater. And I must say, it was absolutely fantastic to have that, because up until that point we'd been trying to shower in a very small caravan bathroom. Next to arrive, as we all do on a farm, we want chickens. So we started the task of building a chicken coop and cage. And it was absolutely great getting those little chooks when they came. They were so cute. However, out of the 4 that we had, 3 of them were cockerels. So lesson learnt, don't get birds really young. But we were fortunate enough to find homes for them in different places. We kept 1 and the other 2 got rehomed. With summer now fast approaching, we had tried some shade netting over the caravan, but that really wasn't working. So the upgrade, we built a cage and bought some proper shade cloth, and that made life a lot more bearable in the caravan and the awning. It certainly took some of the heat out of it. We had an amazing year with produce on year 1. Grew far too much stuff, and I was trying to give it away to anybody who would come to the farm. I was giving them away stuff. But it was lovely to be able to grow so much of our own produce and have so much of it. Then came August, and then the reality about fires and how fire safe we all need to be in the area. We were out visiting and we got a phone call from one of our friends from the village to say there is a fire and it is very close to the farm and we need to come back immediately. At this point on the phone call, we could see the smoke in the distance, and that person who called us wasn't sure if the actual fire was right next to us or not. And I have to say that 30-minute drive back to the farm was quite terrifying, to think that we'd started this journey and it might already be over, the farm might be in flames. Lucky for us, the fire was about 500 metres away and the wind was blowing in the opposite direction. Luckily, nobody was hurt and nobody's farms were at risk. It actually was a fire on the scrubland. The next thing for us was to upgrade the chicken in cage and enclosure, because I had experienced an attack on the farm by street dogs that had come and attacked one of the chickens. Fortunately, she was absolutely fine and they all survived, but it certainly reminded us about how careful we need to be with our animals. So an upgrade was built, a bigger area, because at the time we didn't have any fencing on the farm, and again this was something we're going to have to look at a later date. And also it's a reminder that we just need to be careful because there are stray dogs about. And last but not least, the sad news that we lost our beloved Guinness, our black Labrador that had came with us. He was 17 when he passed away, and he had a fantastic 8 months whilst being in Portugal. He will always be our little inspector. Wherever we are, he was always there. He's very much missed but not forgotten. Thanks for joining us. This was year 1. Next week we will bring you year 2. If you enjoyed, please subscribe, give us a comment and give us a like. And now also you can give us a hype. Thanks for watching. See you all soon.